Welcome to Screen Butt Podcast. We have one of our guests in here today, Autumn.
Yo.
All right, cool. So we got it. All right, so today we're doing a story on that was from TikTok with Audril Aunnighams, which was a very sad story. If it's for me, I think that all three of them should go to jail because it didn't make sense, and I believe that the mother failed her daughter. She really did, because the mother seemed like she didn't care about her daughter. If I'm not mistaken, I don't even think the mother had custody over the daughter. That's what I've been here. I'm not too sure if that's the truth or not. So it all started where I guess, I don't know where the child was, where the child got picked up at, but the child ended up with Dougal. Dougal, his back in his past life, I guess he was a child molester, and he was staying with the father, and the father let the father let his friend Dougal, take care of the child. There was text messages going on between the mother and Dougal at the time, which was saying, she won't tell and stuff like that. It just didn't make sense to me. They found the child, a couple of weeks down.
Floating in the river.
Yeah, they saw her floating in a river. Like, they found her book bag on the ground, and then they found her miles and miles from the river or whatever. So basically, he raped her and threw her in the water, and she had a concussion to her brain and everything, and she basically died. I mean, it was a sad story, but what I'm not understanding is, why did the mother go to jail whenever the mother was at the funeral at the candle lighting? It's like she didn't have no type of remorse. Like, it wasn't no tears, it wasn't nothing. It was like she wasn't even sad, and that's what we just didn't we didn't understand. I didn't understand myself, because if that was my child,
question is, why?
Why what?
Just why? Just why would you do it?
Like, why would he do that? Yeah, that's what I guess it's some type of mental thing that's up here, that where you would hurt a child. Who in their outright mind would just sit there and hurt a child like that? That just don't make any sense. It's just...
The real question is, like, look, did that make you more powerful to basically hurt a child?
I mean, that's
unarmed or defenseless?
Yeah, I think it makes them feel more better. It makes them feel that itch, it's just that feeling that, I believe that the father should never let that around his daughter, and the mother should have known. If the mother cared about the child, I believe this child should be alive today. And the funeral and all the cops and stuff that's out of Texas, the funeral that they did for her, if she was here right now, she will understand how much people care for her. But I believe that her mother let her down, because it's like, a mother knows her child, and it's like she didn't care about her child. Like I said, I don't even think she had custody over her child.
I wonder, did it happen around, what time do they start school? Like 6, 7 in the morning?
I'm not too sure. I don't know if it was dark, or I don't know what it was. I don't even know if they had cameras that were showing at the bus stop where she got picked up. I don't even know if they had cameras around. But I do know that the bus driver said that she did not get on the bus. They did not have no proof of her getting on the bus. So the time of the murder and everything would have to happen between the time that he picked her up or she got dropped off. I don't know which one happened. I didn't go back and, read the story. But it was either one out of the two. And I believe that all that happened right there. Or who knows if she was not getting molested already in the previously days. We didn't know anything, because the text message did say that she would not tell. That's what I'm confused about. Would not tell what?
What's the law in Texas anyway of attempting murder?
I have no idea. It was more than, because he already went to jail on a previously charged Dougal on a previous charge for aggravated assault. I think that's what it was. So they arrested him first, but they didn't arrest him for the murder of Audril Aunnighams. They did not arrest him for that yet, because they didn't have no motive or anything like that. So further down, he did get charged with murder. And then a couple of other things, but he was inside of the jail cell, and he was inside of there naked, and the cop walked in there, and he was in there naked completely. He stripped all his clothes off. He knew he did something. He knew he was going to jail. and he tried to play it off like nothing, and then he just didn't have no type of remorse on his face.
Oh,
It's like
after
he
he
didn't
came
even
out of
care.
his cell,
Say that again.
halfway naked,
Yes, he was inside of
and then
his
he
cell.
smiled.
Yes, he was in his jail cell naked, completely. Like all his clothes, everything was just ripped off. He was just sitting there completely naked.
But he was smiling like he didn't do it.
Pretty much. I think that was a smile, but I didn't see a smile. I didn't really see anything because it was blurry. Because they tried to cover up his body so it wouldn't be seen to the public. So yeah, it was a kind of.
There's a lot of crazy people in this whole world.
It is. It was a crazy case, but my thing about it is, though, I believe that both parties should have went to jail for murder. The father for letting the man inside of the home, knowing that the man previously was convicted of, sexual assaulting kids. So, he already had a dot, and he knew that before he brought him into his home. And I believe that the father has something to do with it. The mother has something to do with it, but they're not really I don't believe they're looking too deep into this case. I believe that it needs to be a lot more. Like, it's something that's not right about this case. It just doesn't make any sense. Like I said, the mother, she's just like, it's just something about the mother that I just don't see. You don't see, normally when you hear people dying on Facebook and, TikTok and other social media apps, you don't hear them, you see them crying and stuff like that. But this mother right here, I didn't see any type of remorse from her. I just didn't see it. It wasn't there.
Right. But that happened around Tuesday that they found their bodies.
And actually, I didn't look at the video. I don't even know if the father showed up. That was the crazy part. I don't even know the part that the father even showed up to the to the candle lighting, because it was a bunch of people that was out there had candles in their hand waiting for the memorial or whatever. And like I said, she wasn't even crying. I didn't see the crying part. And that kind of just like, so yeah.
Right, but you know how people, maybe he had a reason to why he was late, though, because work and stuff like that. But people will try to back him up.
Yeah, but I wonder.
People's not going to try to back him up.
I wonder where was his alibi? Where was he? Where was he? Does anybody have anything on him? Where was he? We're not talking about these things. Where was the mother at the time? Where is these facts? Where is this? It's like they skip right over it. Took Dougal to jail for the molesting of the kid and murder.
Molester,
yes,
for sure.
But his name is Dougal. Like, you already know, that's already a crazy name, Dougal. Who names their child Dougal?
Okay, one thing, who will name their child Dougal? It sounds like you're saying Dookie or Dookie-O. So
it just
like a crazy Karen baby name.
It just
didn't. Saying that.
It just didn't make any sense. Cut aside all the laughs and giggles. It's just a very sad story, and I believe that child deserved more. And I honestly believe that the mother has failed that child. Like, at this point, I don't wish anything on anyone, but I hope she really do feel this, because she wasn't really there. I don't think she was there for her kid. And, like I said, I don't even think she had custody over her child. That's what I was hearing. So, yeah.
I think she choose not to, and the dad fully customized her. Yeah. Correct me if I was wrong of saying that, but what's the point, basically.
Yeah,
I think you knew to pick her up.
That's what I'm saying. I think there is more to this case. It's not something that they just blow off. I believe that it needs to be more looking into this case, more awareness to this case, because it just doesn't make any sense. And we need some alibis. We need some stuff about this. We just can't keep letting these cases go cold. It doesn't make any sense anymore. Somebody needs to handle this stuff, because it's more than one party. The Dougal didn't do it himself. It had to be something else that's going on, because it's like, so who told him to go get her? To pick her up and take her to the bus stop? Does he do that every single morning? What else do he do to her? Was the girl quiet? Did the girl ever say anything that, that was out of motion? Did anyone look at her body? as a mother, I would think that, you will look at your child and make sure she okay after going with two men. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Even though that I don't think her father would do anything like that to her, but you never know what people's intentions are.
I mean, true, but she was underage, and and her mom and her dad and that guy know not to walk by herself around nighttime.
Yeah,
in the middle school time.
Yeah, that's understandable, but still, like, it's just, yeah, you're right. You shouldn't go around, without, your parents should be there walking you there, walking you to the bus stop or anything like that. I mean, if you got a kid that's 12 and, that's young and don't know no better, yes, you should be there holding hands with them, making sure your kid was okay. The mother should have been there at that bus stop with her kid. She should have went to go pick up her kid and took her kid to that bus stop. And if she would have did that, her child would not be dead. Her child would not be laying inside of a river. And that goes.
Ask you this question, Ty.
Go ahead.
What happened if it was your child, exactly?
Well,
and you just not figured this out.
Wait a minute, like
I would basically be depressed.
Yes, if that was my child and my child was in a river, I would fight. I will fight like hell. I will go kill. I will. No, yeah. My mind is completely different, so I can't really sit here and say what I would do. But yes, I would fight for my child. I would fight for everything. But for one, my child would never leave my sight. And if me and my wife would ever break up and you get a divorce or whatever, I would never let my child go over there, even if, my divorced wife is dating another man, because I wouldn't trust that man. It would take me a lot of trust to trust him, because I don't know him and my daughter don't know him. So, yeah, that's just me. I would never cross that line. I mean, I understand that parents got to do parenting and, they, go on one weekend or other weekend. But if you don't trust someone, just don't do it. It's not worth it, because you don't know what they could do. And that goes back and saying about the couple of talks that we had a couple of weeks ago, because it's been a minute since we did a podcast. We was talking about how the new generation is this generation right here, how, parents don't really care about their kids and they let their kids do whatever, twerk and all kind of stuff. I mean, most of this stuff kind of plays on, things that's happening in this world now, that's kids getting taken. I mean, it shouldn't be like that. Kids shouldn't have to hide themselves, or, they should be able to go outside and play. They should be able to go to an ice cream truck and get ice cream without getting snatched up. And that's just the world. The world is evil. It's an evil place. And, I believe that, every kid should have a life. It should have a life, not have to be scared to walk outside walk outside and, do something, go outside and play in the yard. They shouldn't be afraid to do that, It's unsafe. It's a very unsafe world, but you got to, sometimes you got to keep faith and keep walking,
That's why you should have 5 or 10 people surrounding you as a group, how can I say, wolf, they have their own pack, hyenas.
That's true.
Lions.
You see, they always walk in pack. Even bears, they always together. The mama cub is always around her babies, That's what I'm saying. That's why I just didn't understand this case, because it didn't make sense. And, why would you let your child go with, I understand that's your old husband or your old boyfriend that you had a child with, but he was staying with a rapist, and he knew. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care if y'all come at me in the chats. He knew what it was. He knew it. And it just makes me angry, because it's like they knew it and there's nothing that we can do about it, because it's already over. But if a bunch of people talk about it, maybe the case wouldn't go so cold.
I'm just saying this now, not trying to put anybody in the bad spot or anything, but it just seemed like, how can I put this? Well, putting not putting myself out there, putting anybody else in danger, but just he knew the address. The death penalty. Yeah, and you did it. You know it's wrong.
Yep.
What the fuck is wrong with you? Sorry for cussing and all.
No, you good. Because, it's anger. That's what it is. It's frustration. And I get it. I understand. But that's the end of our podcast today. For today, go down and subscribe to our Screen Bud podcast. Hit that subscribe button. We have more talk shows and more stuff coming out soon. Hit us up in the mornings for our little breakfast morning club. And we'll see y'all guys later. Peace.